Hola.
Hola. Let me tweet this out.
Today, wow, we in March Madness for real. I remember when
Yes.
the season just started.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa,
It went fast.
it sure did. Sure did. Another year of the March crazies. Okay, like hold on, let me just make sure. All right, we gotta make sure we do something on Twitter.
I just did it.
Okay, 'cause technology be acting cray cray.
Very.
Excuse my kids in the background. I know y'all hear them.
It's good, y'all.
Yeah, it was good. This is a big Sunday. I mean, Oscars also start today.
Mm-hmm.
Chantee is not really a movie buff, so she
That and other things. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
the
Oscars.
files. Y'all not look. Like, you don't. Let me stop before we get on. Yeah, there's a lot of nastiness. So, but yeah, the
Selection.
Oscars is on. Yeah.
Yeah. Oscars. What else?
Selection.
Well, the men's selection show is on right now currently. Um, we're hoping to kind of, wrap up here rather a little early today so that we can all make our way to the women's selection show at 8 p.m. But again, as always, thank you guys for being here. This is our slot 21 titles weekly recap
Yo, it's
episode.
been dark. Episode 121.
Oh man. But yeah, episode 121, 21 titles weekly recap. I mean, if you're new here, thank you for coming. Um, please follow us. Please subscribe. Um, don't think we're going anywhere nowhere soon. So if you are into women's basketball, business of sports, click that button. Again, sorry about the noise in the background. Um, you know, but as always, like we just come here every week and kind of do three things. Really expand the visibility. Excuse me, expand the visibility of women's sports. Chantee and I are former student athletes, former women's basketball players. So, women's basketball is near to our heart, but just women's sports in general, we kind of like to report on. But we're going to be going into today the top 16 reveal. Um, obviously, I'll give my opinions on that. But we come here and talk basketball, talk women's sports. Secondly, connecting our community to the business of sports. We love talking about what's going on off the court. We actually host a podcast on the Beyond the 9450 network called Beyond the 9450, which basically talks about off the court business, what's going on in the boardrooms, business deals, NIL. We're going to be talking about the marathon meetings that have been going on with the WNBA and the CBA negotiations. So we'll touch on that today. And then lastly, we just kind of fuse tech and culture together. If you were not watching this past week, the Big 12 actually introduced their LED display court. So we're going to talk about that and some of the changes that were made during the the tournament based on feedback that was given from the coaches and the players. So yeah, so welcome. We'll get into it and let's go, Roxanne.
Well, we had the top 16 reveal. I don't know if you wanna. I mean, you talked about it last week about how you felt about this new move by the NCAA. This is the first time in which the NCAA, or rather last year too. I feel like
Yeah.
they did it last year too. It's still new. It's still newly implemented, but I didn't know if you want to express how you feel about it. You started to last year. I mean, last week, but
Yeah, I mean, I kind of felt we're always on Twitter, just tweeting and kind of scrolling and seeing what others have said. And, I feel like the consensus is that it just kind of dumbs down the anticipation for things. Like, I don't know, maybe they're doing this for ticket sales, to like sell tickets or something. I to reveal the locations and
what
stuff
else
like
did you
that.
say though? It's also
I
because
I also said I potentially can see this being intertwined in gambling.
there we go.
Um, and y'all already know how I feel about gambling and the scandals and all the things that have been going on. So like, I just don't like it. Why can't we just wait till Selection Sunday to reveal everything? Like we normally do. I mean, if anybody can give me a better guesstimation or just, you know, synopsis on why they would do this top 16 reveal, or like, what does this help logistically? Like, I'm being like a devil's advocate also, like, to just being open to why, you know? So, yeah. I mean, how do you feel about it, Chantee? I mean,
I agree with you. I mean, it does take away from the excitement. Um, I love the fact that you're saying that it may be connected to gambling because I didn't even think about that. I think that yes, that is a strong possibility. Um, mhm. So I don't have no notes. I agree with what I agree with what you said.
yeah.
Um, and so yeah, we still gonna be tapped in at 8, obviously. Yes, we're gonna talk about the unit system. um, I gotta
Yes.
look back into how much each unit is this year, but yeah, we're definitely gonna talk about it in the upcoming episodes. Thank you, Spendot. Um, because that is what is exciting about this year for women's
Mhm.
basketball is the unit system.
Right.
Um, I gotta look back into my notes to see how much each unit is going to be. And I'll circle back with you this episode, Spendot. Um,
Yeah.
but
I
yeah.
feel like we made a post about it, so I'm gonna just
Mm-hmm.
try to scroll back and see what.
Yeah. First
Hmm.
time, these teams, the conferences can bring back some bread. Um, I think
Hmm.
the men was cashing in like 2 million each unit or something like that.
Yeah, it was
A
some.
couple, it was close to an M, if not a couple M's. Like that's how much their units are, I believe. Um, but yeah, it's an exciting time. Um, these are the top. This is the top 16 reveal. We got Duke, Iowa, Louisville, LSU, Michigan, Minnesota. I'm excited to see. I think people are sleeping on Minnesota. I feel like I mentioned this last week, but Minnesota's a good team. I was excited to
Mhm.
see them there. North Carolina, Ohio State, Oklahoma, South Carolina, TCU, Texas, UCLA, UConn, Vanderbilt, and West Virginia. But we still don't know who's going to be the overall 1 seed.
Right.
Um, the conversations seem to be leaning more towards UConn, which I feel like they were leaning towards UConn even last year. Why I keep saying last year? Last week. Um, but yeah, it's up between UCLA and UConn. Um,
Yeah.
we'll have to see. That's what I am looking forward to seeing who has the overall number one. Um, but I think after reading a couple of articles, they're leaning more toward UConn than UCLA. I did see conversations happening about, I guess there was like a mistake, for lack of better words, in one of these articles on ESPN, I believe, in which I don't know who wrote the article, so apologies, but about UConn, or the number one overall seed, that assumingly being UConn, would be able to choose their region or where they play. But um for what I'm also seeing, that was mistakenly said. Obviously they don't get to choose where they play. The committee ultimately decides the region in which they will play, not the teams. So um also want to bring that to y'all attention. What do you think about the top 16, Britt? The top 16.
I mean, I feel like I agree with this. I mean, all these teams I feel like I've watched at least once this year. Um and I heard that some people were surprised that Maryland didn't make it. Um and somebody else. I'm drawing a blank, but I feel like this is a fitting field right here for the top 16 teams. Shout outs to West Virginia. I mean, you know, they upset TCU now. So um I think that they took that into consideration, and that these conference tournaments do matter. Like, what you doing, if you win, you can, you know, get some favor from the committee.
Absolutely.
As you know, the committee be
Absolutely.
on some, they be on some BS sometimes now. They be on, yo.
They do. So that's why I'm still looking forward to seeing
Mm-hmm.
Selection Sunday because of that. Um and seeing how what the committee chooses. So yeah, if y'all don't know, the regions this year are Fort Worth, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, and Sacramento, California. The Sweet 16 games are scheduled to happen March 27th and the 28th, and then the Elite Eight, their games are happening March 29th and March 30th. Um, I also took a quick look to see how much each unit is going to be this year. I think it's going to be a little more than $100,000 per unit.
Yes,
Um,
I found our thing, our graphic. It says that each unit is going to be approximately $113,636, and each unit for the men will be $2 million, basically $2 million. Yeah,
yeah, so
yeah,
it's a huge gap, as you
yeah.
can hear. Um, but hopefully, that
Mm-hmm.
changes. Again, we've talked about this before, but the fact that it took this long for the
Mm-hmm.
unit system to be implemented in women's college basketball is utterly ridiculous and it's crazy. Um, and that number is still significantly like low. It's way too low. Um,
Yeah.
for the viewership, the numbers that women's college hoops has been doing, um, they deserve more per unit. So, hoping that a unit amount changes very soon.
Right.
But yeah. Um,
Let me see if I can.
Yeah, we will see Spendot. It's interesting because I think I was looking at Charlie Cruz bracketology. I'm trying to see who he got first four out. Let me see. He has first four out being BYU, Texas A&M, Utah, and Mississippi State.
Mm.
And I'm interested in seeing what region Vanderbilt will be into. And yeah, we will see. Again, I got my TV on waiting as as we're live, so we can briefly discuss some things, but we'll see what the committee came up with. So that is the top 16 reveal. Brittany, I didn't know if you wanted to talk about Sanford.
Yeah. So I really just wanted to say that y'all know before the season starts we put out our watch list. And I'm trying to figure out which watch list we had on, whether she was a sophomore or a transfer. I think it might be the transfer list.
I think it's the transfer list.
Yeah. But I watched the young lady last year at Austin P University, and she's a shooter. I can tell you that. And she's a teammate's teammate. Like the way her teammates talk about her, and the way she talks about her team is really what you want to see as a former player and just a lover of basketball. I believe she led the NCAA in 3-point field goals made this year at Sanford, and her team upset Chattanooga in the SoCon conference championship. So shout out to the Sanford Bulldogs on beating Chattanooga 67-72. And see, this is why like conference tourneys are so important, because like I seen somebody say on Twitter that if a team wins the regular season, they should get an automatic bid for being the best team all year. But he also said that the winner of the conference tournament should also get an automatic bid. But I'm like, we can't do that.
Right.
You can't double dip, because either you gonna win it outright, just like we've seen in these conference tournaments. So like just talking about the men's, because the men's are so relevant, because that's what I've been watching since the women have been, resting. St. John's won the Big East regular season, and they also won the Big East championship just now, right? Women's Duke won the regular season ACC, and they won the conference tourney. If you like that, you're gonna win both. If you like that, you're gonna win both. Okay. But the conference tournament also for me is a chance at redemption.
Absolutely.
If you lose to a team during the regular season, okay, like you coming in there super focused because you already know that we watching film on this team that we lost to. Okay. So I just think that yeah, you're not getting an automatic bid for the regular season. Look, you were the best team. Now you got to prove it. Prove it in the conference tournament that you're the best team. All right. So, yeah, shout out to Sanford. That's fire.
Absolutely. Then we had NYU. I think this was win 92 this weekend. Jody, if you in here, please let me know because Jody was in attendance on Saturday. And yeah, no, NYU is just they still running up the longest winning streak. I mean, they don't have the number one spot in the longest winning streak in women's college basketball history, but they in the top 20. They're right behind UConn. UConn has 111. I feel like they just got 92. And they beat Hardin Simmons on Saturday, and then Wisconsin lacrosse yesterday. And they smacked both teams. So we highlight in every division. We're gonna highlight that because that's good work. And good work is it's still keeping it cute, keeping it light. But that's not something that should be taken lightly at all. Like
to hold a win streak alive, do you know how much pressure is on you every game?
Every single game, everybody's gunning for you. Everybody wants to give you your first L, and because it's been a hot minute. Yeah.
I mean, and you want to be the spoiler of the
absolutely. I want to beat them.
Absolutely, because we did it before. Okay, me and Chantee won a state championship, and the team we beat
never lost.
Never lost.
They didn't
all
lose.
Season. They didn't lose until they came into us.
Until they
Come on now. We ain't come all the way to Glens Falls. We ain't come all the way to Glens Falls to lose. What? I gotta take that 4-hour drive back on that bus? Nah. We better win. We better win. So
she said she forgot if they are 91 or 92. I think they're 92. Yep.
That's tough.
No, I didn't foul out. Yo.
No, Chantee didn't foul out.
You were crazy.
Nah.
Yeah, NYU. Yeah, they are. They're going to the Final Four. Yep. So those are the next games that Brittany put up on the screen. They play the 19th on Thursday, and then for the national championship on the 21st. So, shouts to NYU. Had an amazing, season. I'm tapped in for these last two games to see how they fare out. But shouts to NYU.
Doing it.
Moving on. I didn't watch the FIBA 3-on-3 Champions Cup, but I did see that we got stunned in the semifinals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should have pulled up the clip.
We lost to who? Azerbaijan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the buzzer beater. It was a buzzer beater. But we still ended up with the bronze. So we beat Canada to get the bronze 20-10. But yeah, I seen clips of the semifinal game.
Man, it's tough. I mean, it's 3-on-3. It's fast. They moving fast. You got to keep up. I mean, people hitting contested shots, like it's crazy. So, I mean, shout out to us for getting the bronze at least. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. At least we got that, but that game winning joint looked crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I also wanted to shout out because I forgot about this. I watched the women's SWAC championship yesterday. Shout out to the Southern Jaguars for winning back-to-back SWAC titles.
Yes.
They beat Alabama State yesterday. Don't ask me the numbers. I don't know. But Southern University, they tough.
And that's because it's the schedule.
Yeah.
And that's why, that is why, strength of schedule, it comes in handy. It matters. It comes in handy somewhere throughout the season. So,
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it on previous episodes that, the Southern University Jaguars played against their first 6 games. They played against all top 25 teams. Basically, 5 of their 6 games, they played top 25 teams. From UCLA to Iowa. So, like, getting that experience early, you know, we seeing the results of it right now with them winning another SWAC and for them going into conference play, you know, and doing what they needed to do. So shout out to them. And obviously, y'all know we also talk men's basketball when we can. I just want to say shout out to Darius Acuff Jr. I'm gonna tell y'all, I've watched this young man all year. From the beginning of the season to the maybe not the beginning. I'm gonna say middle to the, and I just watched these past few days the SEC championship. I know everybody's talking about AJ DeBontas from BYU and Darren Peterson from Kansas, but Darius Acuff Jr., he's the real deal. He's the real deal, yo. Like, you want to talk about 3-level scorer? He had 30 points today and 11 assists. He scored 91 points over 3 games. That's tough because I've scored 70 points over 3 games. Okay? 91 points. Okay? And the poise that this guy plays with is insane. Like, I don't believe he's a freshman. He does not look like a freshman. And even when he struggles, it's like amnesia. He got amnesia. He missed. You can't tell by his face because he keeps a poker face no matter if the ball go in or don't go in. It's crazy. Like, I probably see him show emotion maybe a couple of times, but like his poise and the way he plays with pace is incredible. Incredible. Okay. And then his other teammates today really did a great job. DJ Wagner, son of Dejon Wagner, we all know this guy was scoring 80 points in high school, 100 points in high school. Okay. That's who he comes from. Like, if he didn't come off the bench today and hit them crucial shots, Arkansas is not winning. And then Brazil, you got a fan out of me right now, brother. The length that he has, the defensive plays that he made today, and then the offensive plays that he made today, he can shoot. He has to be like 6'9", 6'10", because he's incredibly lengthy, like just lanky. I don't know what his wingspan is, but it gotta be, eagle. Okay? Incredible game. John Calipari, I don't know how he keeps doing this, but I think that today this was his 7th SEC title he's won. Like, the guy just wins anywhere he goes. And this is Arkansas' second. I just had to say that. Also, Houston, Kingston Flemings.
Yes.
Kingston Flemings, the freshman point guard. This freshman class, men's, they are something else. They really are something. This March is gonna be crazy, for real. Kingston Flemings, Houston, Kelvin Sampson. He's a coach that you want your kid to be coached by.
I feel like we talk about him every year, but
Oh man,
old school
because
coach, old school coaching.
yo, I wish they would have beat Arizona, but Arizona tough, tough,
And they
tough.
came back.
Yeah,
They
foul
tried.
trouble, foul
Yeah.
trouble. Their best 3-point shooter, he got into foul trouble at the end. So, but yeah, man. Chris Sinek Jr., Houston. He's also they in the mock draft top 15. Like it just gets exciting to watch good basketball. That's what this is. Like watching really great basketball and players that just have high IQs. Like I was I was I was very impressed this past week watching these guys play. So just wanted to add that in there.
And didn't we talk about last week the team manager? I forget again of
Yes.
he got another
Something
NIL deal.
something con.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we already see the marketing around him because the team, yeah, they probably headed to the NCAA tournament. But again,
Mm-hmm.
just want to reiterate, like obviously it's a great time for, like Brittany said, to watch great hoops. But then also the storylines around the players, the coaches, and now even like team managers is also what makes this time so fun and exciting. NIL makes all
Yeah.
of this,
Fire.
kind of work together, and it's fire. So definitely see marketing around around him too, walking around with a boombox. I think he
Fact.
had a chain on.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
So it's the best time of the year. Um, so yeah, that is all we have for women's college hoops until again 8 o'clock, which is when Selection Sunday begins for women's college basketball. Um, but now we are going to move into business and sports news. Like Brittany mentioned, we have some updates regarding the CBA. Um, the last time we talked about this, which was last week, we talked about how the WNBA was like, hey, y'all got until March 10th, or we got until March 10th to come up with a term sheet so that there ain't no delays. But the PA Ben said, like, in but so many words, like, we gonna work at this as long, essentially, whatever we need to do, even if it takes beyond March 10th,
Right.
we gonna get to it. So that's what we've been seeing. So since March 10th, there's been a countless amount of proposals that have gone back and forth between the WNBA and then the PA. And all of these negotiations like have been happening in Midtown Manhattan in New York City.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think the hotel has been disclosed. But you got representatives on both sides meeting on March 10th up until today. So today is day 6 of negotiations, like in-person negotiations. These negotiations have been happening for quite literally hours. Um, which is what we kind of expected. Like, time is of the essence. Be clear. Like the WNBA season is set to happen May 8th. There's plenty of other deadlines, like the draft that's set to happen on the 13th, training camp on the 19th. We are already at March 15th, so time is of the essence. So I was expecting them to be seated in a hotel, um, talking to the wee hours of the morning or negotiating to the wee hours of the morning. Some reports say they didn't leave until 1 a.m. Some reports on some days said they didn't leave till 3 a.m. So
Yeah.
that's where we're at right now. Um, According to a couple of articles, the focus is on revenue sharing and team housing. Um, from what I've been reading and what Brittany has been reading, there has been some forward movement, according to, the PA. And yes, Spendoc, that first game, um, correct, it may be canceled, or it may be delayed. Yeah, canceled, basically. Yeah. Um, they're hoping that, well, Kathy Engelbert said that she's hoping that some type of terms are solidified by this Monday, meaning tomorrow. But we shall see. There's been at least 15 proposals exchanged between Tuesday and then yesterday. Um, it's been reported that the vice president of the WNBPA, which is Alicia Clark, was there. Brianna Turner showed up. Fee showed up. The NECA showed up. Brianna showed up at different points throughout the last few days. Um, and, again, just as a reminder, the league has to still go through an expansion draft for Toronto and then Portland and then a free agency, and then the draft. So training camp is also scheduled for April 19th. So we almost a month out from there. And to Spindoc's point, yes, the first two preseason games are scheduled for April 25th between Indiana and New York, and then Seattle and Golden State. There have been some talks about, if a deal is not reached by as early, I guess, as tomorrow or early in the week, those two games will be delayed. Preseason games are facing cancellation. But the players got to do what they got to do. The PA has to continue to do what they need to do, regardless of the timeline. Also, what's important is the revenue sharing recent offers. So the WNBA's recent offer was 70% of net revenue, which is revenue after deducting expenses, which is a little over 15% gross revenue, while the union's last known offer was 26% of gross revenue over the lifetime of the deal. So you can see the stark differences between the two. One is a little bit above 15%, the other one is 26%. So again, we don't know what the PA's recent offer has been, because there's been ongoing conversations that we're not privy to. The salary cap recent offers for the WNBA, the recent salary cap offer is 6.2 million, which is up from 1.5 million this in 2025. It will continue to grow over the lifetime of the deal. The average player compensation would be projected to reach 570,000 in year one and 850K in year six, while the maximum compensation would come in at over 1.3 million in year one and nearly 2 million in year two. Also want to remind everyone that the PA's latest or recent, I'm not gonna say latest, the one that we know about is around the $9.5 million salary cap. As far as the salary cap is concerned, what the WNBA is offering, my thoughts is, even though it's an increase in comparison to 2025, the rosters are still, they face potentially being like really small in numbers, because of the cap space. And then you got like supermax players who may take up a good amount of the cap. Again, Brittany's ongoing question is if the cap is soft or hard. I don't know if that's been reported, if the cap is soft or hard. And yes, exactly. And that's what I was getting to. Like, because of this salary cap, the teams have to be strategic on like who they would want on their team. So they may rock with the rookies.
Right.
And then be able to get 1, 2, or 3 supermax players, but like that middle tier of players, right. to Spindoc's point, they too need to get paid well. And so this is that is very interesting to me. We'll have to see what the WNBA and the PA come up with after negotiations. I did see something right before we went live that there is continued movement in negotiations happening right now. So we'll see if we have at least a term sheet maybe this week, but everything's being kept close to the vest at this point because there's so many conversations happening, so many proposals happening, and they're not reporting. They're not going to tell the reporters that every single detail. So yeah, that's all we know right now, and we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens.
They're gonna have to keep working 12-hour days.
I mean, yeah, I'm expecting them to be. I'm sure it's going to be like that today too. Oh, I just saw what you put, bro. Our March Madness bracket group. We're just putting in the chat. If you are on YouTube, tap in with us. I think we should put it as the link in our bios too.
Okay.
So you can see it. But yeah, I'm expecting negotiations to still happen. It's crazy. But it's exciting nonetheless. Because it's gonna be game changing nonetheless. Like it's gonna be game changing. So I am excited to see what both sides ultimately settle on for the advancement of women's basketball. Like
it's gonna be a historic one.
It will be. It will be. So we'll continue to keep y'all posted about that. Moving on, still in the business of sports news, want to give a shout out to Angel Reese. Again, her portfolio steady growing. Steady growing. Now she is joining an investment group to bring a WNBL franchise to Australia, the Brisbane Bullets. She will be joining a prospective ownership group spearheaded by investor and Bullets owner Jason Levian and fellow owner and local Ben Hahn. So this is also exciting. Again, expanding her portfolio even outside U.S. borders. Like that's big time. That's big time.
That's an international portfolio.
That's what I'm saying. Like her portfolios, yeah. Somebody hire Spendoc. I feel like we say this every week, but geez, somebody hire Spendoc because yes, she is. That's clever as hell, but it's true. I know within the last year, the ones that we've talked about have been her deal with it's leaving my brain right now, but it was a cosmetic deal. Was topicals. That's what it was. Then she had invested in the National Women's Soccer League.
Yep.
And now this. I'm sure we're missing a bunch more, but those are the three I know that for sure we reported. And again, that's only in a year span. Less than a year, actually. So
wow.
Yeah,
she ain't gonna have to. After she's done with basketball, she's just gonna be a professional investor. Like
yeah,
we might see Angel Reese on Shark Tank one day. Like
maybe
she might be on Shark Tank.
Maybe, but it's impressive. So shouts to Angel, on this new investment. And now We are going to move into college sports news. We have discussed the College Sports Commission before, but basically what's happening now is, well, we talked about how the College Sports Commission is drowning, meaning they don't have enough employees at the College Sports Commission to cover or to review every single NIL deal that is over the amount of $600. Because remember, that's the threshold, the triggering point. They don't have enough people. We reported on this probably several months ago. But what's making it worse now is schools and boosters have found a way to get around having to report certain deals, and then also they're getting around the revenue share cap that came about from the House versus NCAA tournament. So the College Sports Commission has approved $166.5 million worth of NIL deals since launching last June, which is great. That's a large number. But there's still 29.3 million worth of deals that have not been cleared, meaning they have not been reviewed by the College Sports Commission yet. That's still a lot of money just sitting to be reviewed. And again, part of the reason why though, like, a lot of them have not been reviewed is because boosters, like I said, have created a way to get around the revenue sharing cap that came from the the House versus NCAA settlement. I label them themselves associated entities. So an associated entity is essentially a booster connected organization or individual tied to a school's athletic program whose NIL deals with athletes are closely reviewed to prevent pay-for-play recruiting. And because so many associated entities have found this workaround, it's adding more cases for the College Sports Commission to review, and they don't have enough people. And the House settlement doesn't cover associated entities either. So it's a lot of gray area, and because of that, the College Sports Commission needs more time to review these types of deals. So they're under strain. They need more people. The College Sports Commission needs more people to review.
They better hire.
Hire.
Yeah, hire. Hire the people you need to hire. Hire. Yes.
Oh yeah, Brittany and I laughing for another reason, but yeah,
it's kind of fuzzy, but
oh yeah, this is the unit system. Yeah. Here we go. We jumping around, but this is the unit system we was talking about last year and this year. So the men, each unit costs a little over $2 million. Again, we're talking about the NCAA tournament. Every time a school wins a game, they're basically bringing bread back to their conference and their school. Every the semis, every time you win and you get on to a next level,
yes,
it's more units you're winning. Every level got different units. So this is, again, just piggybacking off what we talked about earlier, this is the first time in which women's college hoops has a unit system. They've never had a unit system before. This is the very first time. Each unit for women's college hoops is going to be around $113,000 or $114,000, as Brittany has up here. This is the first year it's happening. We are going to be reporting on how many units each team, is potentially bringing back to their school and then also their conference. But you see the difference. That difference is crazy.
Yeah.
The men's unit system started in 1991. That also gives you context. Like 1991, and we get to 2025, and this is when y'all want to implement the women's.
Yeah. Very cool.
Look at their pool. Their pool 15 million. The women's
Yeah.
pool 15 million. The men's pool is 226 million. So again, gives you some context where we at.
We got to start somewhere, I guess, right?
They should have been started though. They should
It,
have been started.
it definitely should have.
Nobody wants to miss the bus. That's the thing. Nobody that is a continued theme. Nobody wants to miss the bus, but y'all have missed the bus.
They have.
I don't. It's not. I don't think it's negotiable.
I don't think
I
so.
think it's based off viewership.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brittany. I'm sorry.
No, they just said that it may increase by 2% on a rolling basis it's on a rolling basis for 6 years. So the 113 is going to increase not by that much, but it's I don't think it's negotiable. I think they set.
This is what it is. Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah.
Beyond crazy.
But for them to have waited this long for the women to have their own unit system, man, what would I have done for us back in 2006, 2007, bringing in money for the Big East?
Yeah, but we talked about also
just previous years too, like even UConn winning all these years for the Big East, and we not even getting none of that.
No,
that's absurd. That's absurd. Wow.
And then we talked about also HBCUs, like the conversation around that. Yeah, we had some appearances by HBCUs,
right,
in the NCAA tournament.
Right.
That would have helped them tremendously.
I mean, right now, Southern is
they knocking on the door, which is going to be good, and that's why this is going to be so interesting. Like, yeah, it's going to be interesting, and it's even more incentive. It's more incentive for you to keep winning. Like,
correct.
And I don't even know, honestly speaking, I wonder if like the athletes and then also the coaches, if they know that.
Right. That you keep winning, you bringing money back to the school
and
the conference. And the conference.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it's nobody wants to miss the bus. Anyway. So yeah, that's what we have for college sports news. NIL, CSC, College Sports Commission, hire who y'all need to hire.
Facts.
Go
ahead and do it.
I'm sorry, y'all. It's an inside joke. Moving on. Oh, it's almost 8:00.
Yeah.
If you just are joining us, we're keeping it short today because we need to tap into Selection Sunday. Make sure that y'all are watching in 6 minutes. Now we got tech news. Brittany mentioned this a little bit earlier about the Big 12 swapping out the LED glass court for hardwood. Long story less long, the players were slipping and falling.
They were complaining.
They had grip issues, apparently. They were slipping and falling. They ain't like it, so they changed it right away.
Back to the hardwood. Bring it back.
I thought it looked cool. Like, you could see the stats. They had that on the. I wonder if that messed with their vision too. I'm just wondering, like, how does it? I've never played on the LED floor.
Yeah, I mean, look,
played on the LED.
The commissioner Brett Yormack, the Big 12 commissioner, was like, well, we experienced some complications, but that doesn't count it out. But what I would like to say is, why would y'all bring the court out for the conference tourney? Y'all had all season to introduce this court at some point. Like maybe like during one of the, Big 12, Big 10 challenge, like that game. Why do y'all decide to do it something new? This is just like when you get a new pair of sneakers and you expect it to perform. Like, I'm not playing good in a new pair of sneakers. Let me wear my old pair of sneakers. It's crazy. Why would y'all pull this out now? Like, I just didn't get it. I didn't get it. Cool idea. Very cool idea, because then they showed like the capabilities of the LED court. It turned into a track. Like, it turned into the map, a global map, and it was showing where everybody was from. So they had a couple of guys. I think Texas Tech was. They had a video of them, kind of checking it out and testing it out. They put the map on the floor. One of the dudes was from Senegal, so they put the map of Africa down on the floor. Senegal right there. It was really fire. The court was fire, but is it functional?
Slipping and falling is crazy.
Is it fashion or is it function? Okay, Commissioner Brett. Because like what? Yeah, don't do this again. Don't introduce a new court on such a like just serious occasion. Like, this is the conference tournament. You gonna introduce this court? And you know what's even crazy? I forgot to mention this. The Big 12 women's tournament had the court too. The women were complaining about it and they did nothing. Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah, track. Yeah,
the women were complaining about that court and they did nothing. It's not until the men complain about it that y'all want to change it back to hardwood. Brett, you're Mac, Big 12 commissioner. We got a problem with that. That's crazy. That's crazy to me.
Beyond crazy.
What's going on with the injuries, ACL tears, and that might happen on a glass LED court, Commissioner. So, like, take feedback into consideration and be serious about it. Like, if one of them girls got hurt on that court, then we're gonna have a serious talk about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm mad I see that on my timeline also, that the women were complaining and they were like, nah,
not until
so
which is crazy, but it tracks. It's on par with what we were just talking about. It's on par. And also, I mean, this is unfortunate to tie this together, but you was talking about potential injuries. Praying for Nika Mule. We saw that Nika Mule tore her ACL more than a year ago at this point, damn near 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't played in the WNBA game as of yet because of that. And she is hooping overseas, and we saw a couple tweets that she went down about a week ago. Had to get helped off the court, and we haven't seen any updates about Nika Mule, but press Nika Mule. That sucks.
It does. It does. Any injury sucks. So, but I mean, we've talked about it on here. If you tear it once, then you're more than likely gonna tear it again, right? It's incredible even seeing Jason Tatum come back from the torn Achilles. It's been 10 months, and we reported on that too, talking about how he has been the fastest from the injury to the surgery table, with the 12-hour time gap. Anybody else has extended 24 hours. So has that really played a part in his 10-month comeback, that would be something. Okay? Something. But yeah, they got to do a better job taking feedback into consideration.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, yeah, that was our show. Again, really to the point. Um, being mindful of Selection Sunday. Make sure that y'all tap in with that. Um, and yeah,
Please
make sure
make
that you're
sure y'all
following us.
following us. Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. Please push the subscribe button. We would really enjoy and appreciate that. But yeah, we're gonna go and watch this Selection Sunday. Y'all should, you should get a thrill out of it. It should be exciting. And yeah, we should be back here next week. March Madness starts on the 18th. So be glued to your TVs, y'all, because I know I am. So hope everybody has a blessed weekend. Please make sure y'all following us. Please make sure y'all staying hydrated. We moving into the spring. Stay hydrated. Drink that water and eat your water. Okay?
Right.
Eat that fruit. But peace, y'all.
Peace.
See you on the timeline.